everyone, and welcome to Tabor Talk. I believe this is my fourth video. So boy, I cover a lot of ground. I do everything. I think I did something on earlier on, politics, being on both, having friends on both sides of the aisle, Democrat, Republican, bikers, are why bikers are Republican, anti-establishment stuff, talking about my health, a lot of different things, talking about Margaret Cho and the Tim Ferriss podcast. So I talk about everything. And if you're into it, subscribe to my channel. All right. So I hope you're enjoying this. I'm having a blast. Okay. So anyway, oh, by the way, it stopped raining. It's turning out to be a very nice day. So I got to throw this out. Now, this one is way out here. I talk about religion, philosophy, the meaning of life. Everything is here. Everything. Okay. So last night I'm having a conversation at dinner with my wife, and I'm just thinking about, I'm always bringing up, I was born and raised to Catholic Christianity, and now I'm a universalist, so I embrace all religions and theologies. But I'm always talking about the inconsistencies and contradictions in with religion, especially the Judeo-Christian faith and the Bible. And I was talking to Madeline, like, can you imagine if you were God? Now I've been thinking about this forever, even as a little kid. Can you imagine being God? Now the definition of God per Judeo-Christian tradition is that God is omniscient, omnipotent, and omnibenevolent, okay? All-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving. Okay, the all-loving part's awesome. But, okay, imagine you are all-knowing and all-powerful. Just meditate on that for a couple of minutes. It is, when I think about that, I am just struck with absolute horror. Actually, I feel like this panic, kind of just overwhelmed, like, oh my God, I can't imagine a worse hell to be in being God, to be God, all powerful and all knowing. Just think about it. I mean, obviously there are horrible diseases and that's wicked, but can you imagine and can you even fathom the intense loneliness? Like beyond words, all powerful. I mean, when I think about it, and when I meditate, I practice Vipassana, which is actually mindfulness. But sometimes I'll meditate and I'll think of something like an idea, and I'll just meditate on that. And that has been one of my points of meditation. And this one is a rough one. When you think, imagine if you were God, I always end up having this severe sort of panic. It is beyond words horrifying. A God who, like, you think about, like I've read an article not too long ago about Jesus did not have a sense of humor, right? There's very little humor in the Bible. Duh. It's very serious shit, very somber, And the thing is, well, if you're all-knowing and all-powerful, it's impossible to have a sense of humor. It's just impossible. Like, when you think about what is a joke or what is funny or comical, it's human folly and surprise. So if you know everything and you're all powerful, those two things are struck. There's no surprise and you're perfect, right? You're perfect, you're all powerful, all knowing, you're perfect. There's nothing funny at all. So you have no sense of humor, you have no friends, you can't, because you're better than everyone. Just try to imagine. It's so appalling and crazy and dark to think of God. So there is this kind of out there sort of theory that, if you think Eastern and kind of New Agey woo-woo, is that, yes, we are all one, like oneness. Everything is one, the universe is one, and all this, blah, blah, blah. We're all connected in some level, and there's some truth to that. So there's a saying that we are all God, if you want to say that. We're all one, meaning we're all just this oneness. And there is definitely some truth. But then you get to the point where that horror. Like, can you imagine all sort of knowing, all perfect. Now I'm kind of Like if you're thinking sort of outside, but outside the one. I don't okay, let me just go with me with this, okay? There is a theory that states that God felt this intense loneliness, right? Imagine you're all perfect and all knowing. The loneliness is beyond words, right? So God played a hide and seek game, and he created us with the illusion that we are separate entities, right? I'm Mike Tabor, you're Joe Smith, you're this, you're Donald Trump, God forbid. And, so you have this sort of illusion of separateness, right? So we're separate, and the game is to find, like, oh, we're actually one. We're actually one God. And you see, and it's ebb and flow, and this goes on forever and ever and ever for eternity. It's out there. Go on the internet. It's a really interesting theory, and it kind of makes sense. Okay, on that. Imagine if you were God. Imagine if you were God. Wow. Okay. Good friends, good books, and a sleepy conscience. Peace, love, and understanding here on Tabor Talk.